Hi guys, it's me again, it's Sheri. Welcome back to my channel. This is Sheri Approved and thank you guys for joining me again. And in this video, we're going to talk about my May-June makeup favorites. Right, of course, I think by now everybody knows that I love skincare, but I also love makeup. So I have a few items here, so let's see, where shall we start? We will start with the powders first, and can you believe that I'm going to be talking about a powder other than BH Studio Press powder to set my face? Yeah, I still love my BH, I love it with a passion, but Arlene Villarreal has gotten me hooked on this one because she constantly talks about this particular product. I hear a lot of people talking about it, but you know, I just never tried it. So the last couple of months, I actually picked it up and I started to use it. And it's the Benai Luxury Powder. And my shade is 30 Dolce. This is a little dark for me, but it works out perfectly to set my foundation after I highlight, contour, and all that jazz. So it works really good for me as a shade. And this powder is just excellent. It's really good. It keeps me matte. It has a beautiful finish on the skin. It does not look cakey, but it does give some coverage, exactly what I look for and what I like in a powder that I use to set my foundation. It just works really good. I'm impressed by it. It has a reasonable price point. It's pretty finely milled, so I think that's why I don't get that cakey finish that you do get with some higher coverage powders. And my only problem is the fact that it's a loose powder, because I don't really like loose powders. I can't travel with them, and that's why I tend to stay away from them, but I'll make an exception for this one. I have been using this baby. She's good. I love her. The second powder that I'm going to share with you is one that I picked up during my Sephora VIB haul, and I got it in a set. And it's the Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Loose Satin Powder. So I'll tell you why I love this product, and I was not expecting, out of everything in that kit, for this to be my favorite item. I really wasn't expecting it. I looked at this and I said, okay, this is definitely not going to work for my complexion, that this will probably really be for lighter skin tones. But I got this product and I started to use it to set my concealer. I've used it to set my concealer today. I've been using it to set my concealer almost every day. I really love how lightweight it is, how finely milled it is. It looks very, very airbrushed. It doesn't cause my concealer to cake or crease more than my natural lines would already. In fact, it looks very smoothing. I love it. And one of the things that I love about this, not only that the product itself is really good, but it is a loose powder. But you see this thing, why is it? Why are all the companies that are producing loose powders not doing this drama? Like, this thing has this little cover over the sifter, so Sheri can travel with it and don't make a mess. Hello? So the sifter is there, which is what we're accustomed to seeing, but this piece seals it back, so you don't have powder going everywhere. Like, that was a huge selling point, But beside that, the product in here is excellent. Now, you are seeing that it has a kind of peachy tint, and I don't know why that works. Maybe because it kind of corrects under your eyes while it's setting your concealer. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't tested that hypothesis, but I'm thinking that's probably why that peachy tone is working, because generally I will go for a yellow or banana shade, but this has been working really good for me. The only thing that I will say about this is that they did say it's infused with peach and sweet fig cream. That is true. So if you want to eat some of that every time you set in your face, this might be the product for you, because the scent is a little bit strong. I mean, it just lasts for a few seconds, but it is strong. So if you don't like scented powders, probably like the Coty Airspun, if you don't like that powder, then this one would not be for you. But Laura Mercier satin powder cannot compare to the quality of this. This is great. Phenom. I really love that one. And I have one other powder product. No, I lie. Two more. But this particular product that I'm going to show you is by Nars. Nars makes really good makeup products. Their base, the Nars All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation is one of my favorites. Their blushes, I mean, above and beyond when it comes to good quality on the market in terms of high-end products that you will find at Sephora and so on. And I actually never tried any of their bronzers. And I find I'm mentioning Arlene's name very often here because Arlene is making me buy stuff. But yeah, I actually got this bronzer from Arlene, and it's the Nars bronzer in the shade Casino. And I wonder if I do a swatch, if you'll see. It does have a little bit of, I don't know if it's shimmer, but this totally reminds me of the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer that I love. Like, yeah, you could see it has that, could you see? I hope you can see. It has that kind of bronzy glow to it. So this is not a matte bronzer. It's going to give your skin a glow, not shimmery, not shiny. I do actually have it on today as my bronzer. So when I first started using this product, I said okay, and I swatched it. I said, all right, yeah, it looks fine. I didn't think it would show up on my skin tone, but it shows up, and it gives me a beautiful, really, really lovely bronzy look. And in fact, if I want to do like a no makeup kind of look, without all the contour and that kind of thing, this can chisel out your cheeks, but in that beautiful bronzing type of way. It's a great product. It lasts all day on the skin, as do other Nars face products. And if you are in the market for a high-end product and you want to try it, this one I really, really recommend it. It's good. It's really good. Next, I'm going to share with you a product that I have heard nobody talk about, at least locally. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. I have heard one or two YouTubers mention it, and I guess it's because maybe this brand, Shiseido, is not doing, you know, a huge amount of marketing push compared to other makeup brands. Shiseido is known for a lot of skincare, but this is the Shiseido Ibuki Smart Filtering Smoother. This little baby here is actually like a makeup primer, a face primer. So I have this product quite a while now. It could probably be about almost 9 months going into a year. I have this. So it's tiny. You see this little thing here? It's tiny, but it's only 0.67 fluid ounces. And usually these type of products, we will get like a 1 ounce, right? So it is less than a regular primer would be, a regular full-size primer would be, and it is $23 US. So it could be on the pricier side when you calculate it based on some other high-end primers, but the quality is comparable. Now Shiseido says that this has a couple benefits. So one, there is a particular complex in it that is going to keep your skin hydrated, so it's not going to dry out your skin, but it also has some ingredients in it that's going to absorb oil. So it's actually a mattifying primer, a primer that's going to help you stay matte for as long as you possibly can, or help to control your oils. Besides that, as the name says, Smart Filtering Smoother, it's obviously focused on smoothing your skin, and they actually recommend it, like, you know, as the kind of primer that you want to use when you're going to take photos or do selfies, that kind of thing. They actually recommend it for that, and I completely agree. This is a great primer. I hear nobody talking about it, but it's right up there with my Hourglass Mineral Veil, and you guys know that I love that one. Like, it's right here. This particular one is done right now. It's completely over. And what I love about this as well is the size, because it's easy to travel with. And let me show you the texture without wasting my thing. Well, you know, I have a little problem with that. So it has like a light pink tinge when you squeeze it out. It feels very watery. It doesn't feel silicone or anything like that. And look how fast that just totally goes into the skin. And you can feel like your skin has this softness, but you could feel what they're talking about when they're saying that there's some micro powders or something in it that's going to be absorbing oil. And it's a primer that I really love. And I realized, wait a minute, I use this very often and I don't really talk about it. So I wanted to mention to you, if any of you are traveling and you can go into Sephora or even ordering online, try this primer. Let me know, because I have been really enjoying it. And so this palette is supposed to be like no surprise to anyone, because it's been the rave. And for those of you who know me for quite a while, you guys know that I not only enjoy this particular brand, but I am a collector of her eyeshadow palettes, because I love her eyeshadow formula. People may disagree with me, but whenever I'm traveling, she goes with me. Her palettes are perfectly sized. The quality is great. You can get so many looks from them. You could go from very neutral to glam. And this palette is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the cover, because I know we all talk about it. It could get messy very quickly. In fact, I have no idea how mine still looks this new. I'm very careful with where I'm putting it down, but yeah. this particular palette, I will get looks very similar from this to the looks that I would get from my Coloring Queen of Hearts palette, and you guys know how much I love that palette. And I don't know, people will say, okay, it's close, you didn't need it. I didn't. I really didn't. But I love Anastasia Beverly Hills. In fact, that's kind of why I waited a little while before I bought it, because I'm like, I know I have all those shades, yada, yada, yada. But I buy almost all of her palettes, and this particular one is a winner. Like, if you love the Modern Renaissance, you're going to love this. There are a couple repeat shades, so keep that in mind. But this one is excellent to travel, and she is going to be going with me soon. Let me see if I could I'm going to do 2 matte shades. So this is Mulberry and Sienna. So this is Mulberry and Sienna. Like, it's not usual to see mattes swatch this smooth and that pigmented. They are not chalky at all. They feel really nice and soft. And let me see if I can swatch 2 others that I have been using a lot. Yeah, so these 2, gosh, they feel like so creamy. This one is Glistening, and I've been using this a lot on my my inner lid, and then I've been blending it into the middle of my lid with this shade, which is called Rose Pink. In fact, if you look at this, you could see a complete eye look there already. So you can kind of see the shades that I love from this palette. In fact, I've used every single thing here, and they are really gorgeous. I'm leaving my Modern Renaissance home this time when I have to travel next week, and I'm taking with me this one because I think I could probably mimic those looks and still get some other neutral looks from this because of that brown, that black, and I could go from day to night with this palette. So yeah, I have been enjoying it. I mean, don't even think about it if you haven't gotten it yet. Just go get it. And I'm almost done, and in this particular makeup favorites video, I'm mentioning a brush, and this is the BH. It's my Riri from the BH. It's my Riri collection, her brush set, and this is the number 5 brush. I have fallen in love with this brush for highlights. I don't know, I have been leaving out I have some Japanese brushes and so on that I really loved. I've just been leaving them out with this one. I don't know if it's the shape, the size, the density of it is perfect because it's just so easy. The size of it fits perfectly on my cheekbones, and I could just do this, buff my highlight in, and it stays perfectly in the area that I want it to go without going down into my blush or too high up under my under my under eyes. So yeah, I had to mention this because I realized I have been using this every day for quite a while, and if you can still get your hands on the brush set, I'm not sure if it's sold singularly, but her brush set does have some other great brushes. But if you can't get your hands on it, it's a really good, affordable budget brush. And there are other things you can use it for, but I just love it for highlight. And I'm ending this video with an honorable mention, and that's the foundation that I'm wearing. And I probably shouldn't mention it because I've only just started using it, but I am really impressed by this foundation. And it's the Covergirl TruBlend Matte Made Foundation. And if you want to see all my thoughts on this foundation, I have done a post on my Instagram, a very detailed review. I have done a post on my Facebook page, Sheri Approved, a very detailed review with photos and so on. I am an oily girl, and this foundation promises 12 hours, and I can honestly say if you are combo, you would probably get those 12 hours. I am oily and I got 11 hours, and only after the 11-hour mark I wanted to blot. That says something. That says a lot for me because I know how my skin performs, and I was not expecting that from this foundation. Truthfully, I was like, okay, yes, it's coming out. And quite a few people were talking about it because of the magnificent shade range and all of that. But I was so impressed by how light this feels on the skin. It's not full coverage. You can probably build it to that, but I'm good with it. When you put it on, you get like a medium coverage. It is buildable. One pump will cover your face, but you may need to go a little bit more than that. So you may need to do it. And just for those of you who have been asking, maybe I could just put a little bit of the foundation here so you could kind of see. This one does have a kind of yellow olivey undertone, and I was a little bit concerned about that, but you can actually see how good that is, like blending into my skin right there. I was shocked at how well it matches me because that's the foundation that I'm wearing today, and I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? I mean, you can let me know below. You could check my photos and tell me, but I'm just really impressed with the wear of this foundation, how it ages, how a foundation ages on your skin is really important to me, because I wear my foundation like 14 hours minimum for the day. Most days I have foundation on at least 16 hours. So I need to be able to have my makeup on and not be worried about being like a hot, greasy mess. Yes, I'm going to have to blot at some point in time, but with this foundation, I could get to my office and at 4 o'clock, I have not blotted yet. And that's amazing because my foundation goes on like 5:30 in the morning. So that's a huge amount of wear for me. And if you haven't tried it, I mean, if you can get your hand on it, because I know it just released in the US a couple of weeks ago, you can, and it's just $8.50 US. I have been impressed with this, guys. So I'm giving it an honorable mention because it's just a recent discovery. I haven't been using it for 2 months. I've just been using it for, you know, recently, and I have been really impressed by this drugstore foundation. So guys, that's it for my May-June makeup favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have any of you tried any of the products that I mentioned before? Are you going to try or pick up any of them? Let me know. And what products have you been like really going to? What have been your go-to makeup products for the last 2 months? Please remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Click the like button and comment below. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. Love you guys. Bye bye.